Good evening, classmates. I would like you to think about someone you truly care for. Now imagine that person has been ripped from this world well before their time and in a gruesome manner. Let's say you witnessed this horrific experience and know who did it. What would you consider to be justice? If properly implemented, capital punishment can and will be three things. 1. An economic solution to an ongoing problem. 2. A natural deterrent. And most importantly, justice for the victims and their families. Personally, I have a profound interest in this controversial matter. I have also researched this topic before, and the facts have remained the same. By the end of this speech, you will realize that capital punishment is the best deterrent for major crimes, the more economical choice if a revised appeals process were implemented, and provides the most retribution and closure for the victims and their families. What are you more afraid of? Death? Or 3 meals a day, a roof over your head, plus other amenities, all paid for by the taxpayers? The death penalty is the #1 deterrent for major crimes. If you don't believe me, then why do criminals of the worst nature always aim for a life sentence rather than the death penalty? According to Fagan, the estimates of the deterrent effects are far greater, ranging from 3 to 32 murders deterred for each execution. This means that each execution saves a minimum of 3 lives and a maximum of 32. When is one person's life ever worth 3 other lives, let alone 32? The answer? Never. Without the lengthy appeals process, capital punishment will be cheaper than a life sentence. From the Death Penalty Information Center, a single prisoner on death row costs the average taxpayers $90,000 more per year than a prisoner in the general population. Also from the Death Penalty Information Center, each prisoner spends on average of over 10 years on death row due to the appeals process. All we would need to ensure that capital punishment remained cost-effective would be a simple limit on the amount of appeals a prisoner can have. Right now, there can be up to the total of 9 appeals. This is far too excessive. I would say that a best 2 out of 3 would be more than sufficient for a proper appeals process. By shortening the inmate's stay on death row, we will in turn drastically lower the amount of money taken out of the taxpayers' wallets. Out of your wallets. Once the length of stay on death row is shortened significantly, justice will be granted to the victims far sooner, therefore giving the families closure. The death penalty is a fitting punishment for criminals who commit the worst possible crimes: treason, rape, murder. And the world is a far better place without these people in it. Just listen to Plan's thoughts on this topic. Such inhumanity that kills innocent people are the scum of the earth. Those who murder innocent children in school are twisted, wicked, and disgusting. Can you think of any other way to describe these people? Because I sure can't. According to Michigan State University's Comtech lab, Robert Macy, District Attorney of Oklahoma City, described his concept of the need for retribution in one case. In 1991, a young mother was rendered helpless and made to watch as her baby was executed. The mother was then mutilated and killed. The killer should not lie in some prison with 3 meals a day, clean sheets, cable TV, family visits, and endless appeals. For justice to prevail, some killers just need to die. Again, think about that person you truly love, your husbands and wives, your boyfriends and girlfriends, your brothers and sisters, your fathers and mothers. Can you even imagine the feeling of having them stolen from you? Capital punishment is a necessary and effective deterrent when it is executed properly. To cut down on costs, the appeals process needs to be revised. This will also greatly reduce the amount of time spent on death row. With this shortened stay on death row, these monstrous criminals will realize that we mean business when it comes to punishment. This will deter future murders and save lives. Capital punishment also provides justice and closure for the victims and their families. Wouldn't you want closure? Wouldn't you want justice? By revising the appeals process, capital punishment will deter future murders, will become more cost-effective, and will provide justice for all. Clearly, nobody wants to have a loved one stolen from them. But what we all do want, less wasted taxes, a way to help prevent future unspeakable crimes, and most importantly, justice. Capital punishment can give us all of that.